Good morning, friends. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. Let's get some Instagrams up and running. That wasn't a glitch. That was me pretending to be a glitch. Here she comes. Or is she? Everyone's taking their time today. All right. Good morning, Go Live. Good morning, Instagram. Welcome on over. Let's get the TikToks up and running. Yesterday, I had one of those callbacks where I walked out thinking, I genuinely don't care what happens next. And I mean, obviously, I want to book the job, but I knew I'd done my job in the room. Good morning. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Good morning, Stryker. Good morning, Walter. Thank you for being here. Let me know where you are and what you're working on in your acting career. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. This is your spot for real life stories, strategies, and insights, all from a day in the life of a working actor in New York City. It is Friday, July 31st. It's the end of the month, y'all. And we have a saying at the Working Actor NYC. I don't know if I booked the job, but the part was mine for 15 minutes. And yesterday I had a callback that reminded me exactly why I believe that. Hey friends, let me know where you are. Sports 001. Hi, JBM Stemparia. Good morning. Welcome all. Good morning, BR81. Thank you for being here. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Okay, so yesterday I had a callback. The audition had been on Monday, and I had talked about this earlier, that it was, my first in-person audition for a little while. And good morning, Matt Dillon, GLA. Good morning, Niall McGee. Welcome. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC, your place for real life stories, strategies, and insights on being a working actor in New York City. And let's get my microphone in. There we are. All right, friends. Now you can hear me what I'm saying. Good morning, friends. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. And yesterday was one of those days that just epitomizes something that we believe here at the Working Actor NYC, is that I don't know if I booked the job, but the part was mine for 15 minutes. And so yesterday I had a callback that epitomized that. On Monday, I'd had the in-person audition, and the vibe was very different. On Monday, it was my first in-person audition in weeks, and I felt a little rusty somehow, but it was a very friendly, chatty hallway. I had, people that I knew outside. And even though I felt rusty and the audition itself was not completely smooth sailing, I, messed up a lyric in one of the songs in my song. And, I restarted the side that they'd given me to do for the initial audition. And so even though things hadn't gone completely smoothly, I did enough to get a callback, which was yesterday afternoon. Hello, friends. Hi, Patani Muda. Thank you for being here, and thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. It really helps get the word out. So that was the audition on Monday. Yesterday was the callback. And hi, Twin Mama. And the callback environment had a completely different vibe to it. When I got to it was the same studio, same hallway. And when I got there this time, rather than it being chatty and fun and lighthearted, this was focused and quiet, which is fine. Everybody's there to book a job, right? And so focus is important. And there were other actors who were sort of looking at their material and preparing, and I felt confident that knew these three sides well. And uh, so I, got out my uh, phone and went back to the word puzzle that I had been doing on the subway to get there. And I just remember saying to myself, Benjamin, put the phone away. You have three scenes coming up. And I just had to identify what I needed in that environment rather than assuming that Monday's fun vibe and behavior was going to, carry on over into this callback situation. And, I just had to read the room for myself. Like, what did I need from that moment? It was interesting because then another actor showed up who was clearly, called back for the same role that I was called back for. And I knew this actor. And so, it was, hi, how are you? I don't know him well, but, we chat at auditions. And, uh, normally I'm happy to engage with that. And I did engage, for a bit. But then when the casting director comes out of the room and says, okay, Haley, let's go in. Benjamin, you're up, you're on deck. That's when I'm like, okay, chat time is over. And now I need to just focus and concentrate. It's not antisocial, it's just professional. And, everybody gets it. But then, of course, the fun time was that outside the room, quiet and focused, inside the room, open, playful. That's where the conversation was. That's where the lightheartedness was. It was available. It's exactly where I wanted my energy to be. And please let me know if you've had this in audition rooms, that outside of the audition room, it's sort of focused and quiet. Howdy, Jess. And inside the room, it's more playful. That's where you want the lightheartedness. So I did the first side. I'm not a soccer player, not a football player, so I don't know the answer to that question. Uh, I did the first side, and the director gave me a note and said, I'm a maybe. You need some help for your business. Let's work together. Oh, great. Thanks, VA trial. Uh, the director asked for a different version of the side and explicitly said that he didn't know if this was necessarily correct for the scene, but just as a way to play on the material. And it lit me up. I love that. I am not so, particularly in an audition room or the early stages of the rehearsal process, I am not in any way so locked into what I prepared and what I want to do with the scene that I am not, I am open-minded to play and to finding more layers to the material. The reason I look so human, Shadow, is because I am human. Oh dear. And so getting to play, I mean, it gave me permission to abandon the version that I had prepared. It allowed me to explore a new level of the character, uh, which I am more than happy to do. Hi, Lamasker. Oh, thanks for being here. I appreciate this, the subscribe, please. That would be super helpful for me. Thank you, Yusuf. But yeah, that idea of getting to play with material that you prepared it allows for discovering new layers of the character. It allows for discovering new aspects of the material of the scene. Maybe that ends up being useful, maybe it doesn't, but we were collaborating, and that is what a director needs to discover. Um, oh yes, I am doing a podcast, VA, and But that is what the callback is there for, to discover whether or not you can you can collaborate, whether or not you're going to enjoy collaborating, whether or not there's a relationship there to be explored. And it's not about, please approve of the choices that I prepared. It's like, okay, what can we discover together? And that was really, really helpful for all of us. When we got to the second side, it was a more complicated scene. There are sort of more physical aspects to it. Somebody important comes into the scene. Um, Good morning, Lynn. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Let me know where you are and what you're working on in your acting career today. But this second scene was more complicated. There were more layers to it. And because I've done the show before, I had already worked through a lot of that sort of scene organization in my brain. And I was so grateful that I was able to bring that with me into the callback setting, not because it allowed me to do it perfectly, but because it allowed me to be alive. Um, like I said, it wasn't perfect, but it was alive. And uh, that's super important in the callback situation. That's what everybody wants to see. Okay, and then this callback. I do the second side. They love it. We chat a little bit. As I'm gathering my materials to leave the room, the artistic director of the theater says to me, who I've worked with before, the artistic director of the theater says, "Benjamin, you're so good at what you do." I was so genuinely moved by that. And the compliment was lovely, but I already knew it. I knew I'd done good work in the room. And oh, thank you. Thank you for the tips. Thank you for the gifts. Please use your gifts. It really helped. Reset the timeline, trying to get me to say something dirty. That's the bots at work. Thank you, bots. Um, Please hit the likes. They really help with getting the word out about the Working Actor NYC. But I knew I'd done good work. And so now the problem is for the casting to solve. Maybe I'm not the right fit for this particular casting situation. Maybe they need somebody younger because they're trying to build a family. Maybe they need somebody younger. Maybe they need somebody taller. Maybe they need somebody with dark hair. Maybe a different family resemblance. This is where the casting decision is out of my hands. But I know I had done great work in the room. The artistic director of the theater literally said, "Benjamin, you're so good at what you do." And this is why we say at the Working Actor NYC, I don't know if I booked the job, but the part was mine for 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes in that room were the truth. And the thing is, like when the artistic director said that to me, hi, LMAO. When the artistic director said to me, "Benjamin, you're so good at what you do," I think what I said was something like, "Oh, thank you. It's just really fun." And it is. I'm not saying auditions should be frivolous and a laugh a minute. I'm talking about the satisfaction of using my craft well. Thank you, LMAO. I'm glad you agree with me. The roses really help. I really appreciate that. Oh, Moonlight Lady from Thailand is here. Thank you for being here. If anybody else has roses and gifts to send, I'm very grateful. Uh, And the likes too. Thank you, VA Trial. Yes, VA Trial, please send me a DM. LMAO is killing it. Come on with the roses. Oh, wow, this is awesome. Thank you so much, LMAO. I really appreciate you being here. It's wonderful to have you back. All right, friends. Okay, we got the crazy comments happening over on YouTube now. Ah, there's the little computer freeze, which I'm sending into my. Yeah, so acting well just feels good. It doesn't have to be a comedic scene in order for the audition to be fun. It can be a dramatic scene, a heartbreaking scene can be fun if I know that I've acted well. There's a satisfaction that comes from that. Even if the audition or the callback is the only place where I get to act in a day, that is still an opportunity for me to practice my craft. Thank you, Moonlight Lady. I appreciate that. This is the work between the work. I still get to act every time I walk into an audition room or a callback room. So that was the callback experience. And then my day continued to be amazing because I had a workshop with New York City casting director Erica Hart, who has cast Broadway, off Broadway. She casts for television. You Okay, I will. Thank you. As soon as the live is over, I'll check into my DMs, VA Trial. Thank you. Appreciate it. Uh, the casting director, Erica Hart, was running a workshop through the SAG-AFTRA Foundation Casting Access Program last night, and I got to be a part of it. And Luck is saying something about ignore. Who's ignoring? I'm not ignoring everything. I'm reading every comment, just not commenting on every comment. Let's see who's over in the YouTube room. Hi, YouTube friends. There we go. So I got to meet casting director Erica Hart last night. And the awesome thing about these casting director workshops is that you get a chance to get their vibe, get their flavor, and you get a sense of and what was clear from this is a smart, funny, engaged human being. She was willing to answer all our real questions and engage with us about them. She does have experience across TV and film and Broadway and off Broadway. And that's the whole essence of relationship building. And what I deliberately try to do in these situations is communicate two pieces of information I want her to leave knowing about me. One was that I'm working toward elevating my performances in this material from. Thanks, VA. You have a great day as well. I'm trying to elevate my performance in these workshops from co-star and guest star to series regular level. That's what I'm working on in doing these workshops. Hi, South Africa. And the other part is that I like to communicate the language about what I am, what my wheelhouse characters are. So I love to communicate to the room that this scene that I just performed is one of my wheelhouse characters that I call Elegant Menace. And then that way, Erica has that language about me. Okay, one of Benjamin's wheelhouse characters is Elegant Menace. And so, that I have that strategy when I go into these casting director workshops about making sure that the casting director can leave with language that I have given them about me so that they can, that becomes part of my story for them. And as we build a relationship, I just love to make sure that they have information about me that I can sort of control, not control, but contribute to them. So that's my strategy for casting director workshops. If that's of any use to you, please, please, that's why I'm a coach. That's why I'm an acting career coach. I'm here to share tips. Hi, Philippines. Hi, Arlen. Arlen, have you been here before? I feel like you've been here before. Hi, Taylor from Malaysia. Uh, Taylor from Malaysia, thanks for being here. Hi, Nisha. Thanks for joining in. So the other thing that was super interesting is that we did with this workshop with casting director Erica Hart, New York City casting director Erica Hart, is that we did this Q&A afterwards, and I asked, I really wanted her casting director viewpoint on managers and agents. And Arlen, I'm feeling great today. I'm really sad that I didn't refill my coffee before we started the live, because I would love some more coffee right now. But I wanted to get this casting director Erica Hart's viewpoint on actors with agents versus actors with managers, because I love my agent and I think they do a good job, but I feel like I'm hitting a ceiling with the kinds of roles that I'm getting to audition for television. And I seem to be auditioning for the same television casting directors over and over. And I know that there are more casting directors out there that I would love to work with. And so I've been thinking about bringing a manager onto my team. And Erica's perspective was, whoever we are in the industry, we only know who we know. Like, my agent has a network of relationships, and a potential manager has a different network of relationships. And I personally have my network of relationships. And I'm sure there's going to be overlap in all of those things, but there are also potentially new relationships as well. And so the benefit of adding a manager, a personal manager, is that you access new networks. And I think that's what I need. I think that's what I'm looking for. I think that's what I sort of expect at this moment, in order to open the door for more opportunities with TV and film. And the other thing that Erica suggested that I really enjoyed was that when you have these meetings with agents or managers, they always want to know, great to meet you. I like your resume. Tell me the casting directors who know you and who regularly call you in. They ask that question of me. I get to ask the same question of them. And I'm not sure that I've ever given myself permission to think, oh, I can ask them the same question. If these are the casting directors who know me and are familiar with me well enough for me to email them, who are the casting directors that you have that relationship with? And I think that's a really, really key distinction. I thought that was an excellent practical takeaway. And yes, the benefit of having a manager, of adding a manager to my team. Oh, thank you, Joseph. I am Australian, yes, originally, but I've lived in America. I've lived in New York City for over 25 years, and I've been a working actor in New York City for over 25 years. And that's why I'm here to share my real life stories, my strategies, my insights with all of the working actors out there. So let me know what you're working on in your acting career. I'd love to find out. But yeah, the benefit of having a personal manager is that you have access to a whole new network of industry connections. And Of course, the downside is that, oh, thanks for joining my fan club. Thanks, Melagor. I appreciate it. That was really nice of you. Thank you for joining my fan club and for the heart gift. Oh, I love the heart gifts and the likes. Thank you. All those are super helpful. Thank you, Lalo Coronado. But yeah, there's two sides of the coin with having a personal manager. You get access to a new network of relationships, but you lose another 10% of your earnings. so so there's a trade-off there that you need to be aware of. So yeah, between the callback and the workshop, I feel like yesterday was a sort of almost perfect encapsulation of what I've been talking about on my videos, which please go and check out my videos, particularly the ones about the four inputs, because that's what I teach in my coaching program, in my one-on-one coaching. Please check out my one-on-one coaching. And if you're looking for merch, the Working Actor NYC merch, hit the workingactornyc.com/merch. You can get your baseball caps, Working Actor NYC baseball caps. Oh, is that dirty? Maybe I need to clean this cap. I don't know. What do you think? But yes, yesterday was a beautiful encapsulation of the four inputs that we work on in my one-on-one coaching with clients. So we work on craft. And yesterday I got the chance to practice my craft in the room. I took direction, I played with it. That's the work that I'm proud of, you know. The visibility is the second input that every working actor has to work on. I got to meet Erica Hart, casting director Erica Hart. And so that's how I boost my visibility. I strengthened relationships by collaborating with the director in the room and by working with Erica Hart at the workshop. So I strengthened an existing relationship and I built a new one with a casting director. And the fourth input that every actor has to work on in their career is infrastructure. And that's the preparation and the career strategy that allowed me to walk into both opportunities knowing what I wanted from them. Like walking into a casting director workshop, making sure that that casting director can leave with language about me that I have given them. So that's how we use the four inputs. That's what it looks like in real time: craft, visibility, relationships, and infrastructure. That's what I want to work on with every single one of you. That's what I want every single one of you with as out there working as an acting on your acting career. Those are the ways to keep momentum building in your career. Make sure that you're giving some love and attention to each of those four inputs. It's not just craft. It's not just going to class. It's not just exercising as an actor. It is also building momentum in your career by making sure that you're giving some love to visibility, relationships, and infrastructure as well. That's the way to build momentum in your career. Swat Sofun, hello from Thailand. Sawadee krap. Gopkung krap for being here. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, that was a 4 inputs day that I had yesterday. And just to take it back to the audition that I had on Monday was this for the show that I had a callback for yesterday. I would love to book this job. Of course I would. But yesterday reminded me that booking isn't the only way that an audition can be successful. I prepared, I walked in, I collaborated, I discovered something new, I made people laugh, I did work that I was proud of. I don't know if I booked the job, but the part was mine for 15 minutes. That's fun. That is the fun of being an actor. So that was my successful day yesterday. I want to thank you all for being here for the live. Gosh, this was super fun. I'm really grateful that everybody showed up. we've had so many people come through the live today, which I'm really grateful for. I got a lot of gifts. I and if anybody else wants to share their gifts, I'm very grateful. Fatsimo, Grim Reaper 87 joined. Adams, hello from Malaysia and the whole Southeast Asia. I love Southeast Asia, Adam Safran. I used to live in Singapore when I was a kid, and I vacationed in Malaysia, Thailand. I got to do a job in Indonesia. I had an opportunity very recently to go to Manila, which unfortunately I couldn't accept, but boy, do I love that part of the world. I think the point of traveling is food, not just experiences. Yes, I am, whoever that is, that black dot. I certainly am. And I love the food in Southeast Asia. It just makes me incredibly happy. Oh, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Yes, I am. I don't know how many times you want me to answer the question. I have not been to the Philippines, Kefir, Elohim, Gigi's. I have not been to the Philippines. I had an opportunity earlier last month, actually. I got an email asking if I could be an emergency replacement for a show that's playing in the Philippines right now. Is it still playing? Oh, it might have just closed in the Philippines. And unfortunately, I couldn't make it work with my scheduling, but yeah, that was my chance to go to Manila. I've never been to Manila. I would love to go. A couple of places in Southeast Asia that I haven't been, but I have done a lot of traveling over there because we used to live in Singapore. So, wow, there's a lot of focus on my sexuality right now in the chats. Hello, Indonesia. I did get to work in Jakarta. Wow, that traffic in Jakarta is slightly terrifying. Indonesia is a massive country. Like, how many islands are there in Indonesia? Please tell me. Yes, I am. Poti, tell me how many islands are there in Indonesia? Kazakhstan is in the house. Jogja. So yes, I am in America now. This is the Working Actor NYC because I am living and working in New York City. So if you need insights into the daily life of a working actor in New York City, you're in the right spot. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career right now. Got a lot of Free Palestine happening over on YouTube. Does what cost a lot here? Bonafide? Oh, Ganglang says Indonesia has 1,600 islands. It's crazy. That's a lot of islands. How many of them have you been to? Gandang? I don't have a lot to compare it to. Bodafide wants to know if groceries and apartments are expensive in whether they cost a lot here in New York City. Jogja, one off Indonesia. All right. Groceries are expensive at the moment to what they were 5 years ago because inflation is rising. I certainly think that when I go home to Australia, I find American prices to be a little bit cheaper for some things, not for all things. Apartments are expensive here, but again, they're more expensive in Sydney, Australia. That is my impression. Tell me what to do. What should I do when I come to Indonesia, Mba? But I don't have a lot to compare it to. You are welcome, Bodafide. I am ready to share and happy to help. Mba is going to tell me what I should do when I come to Indonesia. Tell me what food I should eat. Uh, I don't know what that means, Mba, but oh wow, friends, we have been going for well over half an hour, and I have to get on with my day. I got things to do, y'all. Uh, come to picnic land. Okay. Oh, come to picnic land. All right. All right, my friends. I am going to get moving with my day today. I would love to sit here and chat. Thank you for joining me. Remember, wherever you are in your acting career, you got this. Keep going. I'll see you on Monday at 8 a.m. All right, friends. I'll be right back here on Monday at 8 a.m. We also have our live podcast tomorrow at 1 p.m. So let me know if you can make it.